Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you've joined us for today's video. Today, we are going to explore a question that many people ask themselves: why do we eat more and get sicker? It seems paradoxical, doesn't it? We live in a world where food is abundant, and yet, we see more and more people struggling with various illnesses, many of which are directly related to overeating or poor dietary habits. So, what's really going on? In this video, we are going to uncover the hidden truths behind the relationship between food and health, and how what we consume affects not just our physical bodies, but our destinies as well. If you've ever found yourself eating more than you should, only to feel worse later, or if you've wondered why disease seems to spread despite all the advancements in medical science, this video is for you. Let's start by considering a simple fact. In today's world, we have more access to food than ever before. The global food industry is vast, and we are constantly surrounded by food on every corner, in every store, and often right in our homes. But despite this abundance, we are facing a rising tide of health issues related to overeating, processed foods, and poor dietary habits. And so, why is it that with all this food at our fingertips, we are becoming more ill? What's causing this disconnect between the abundance of food and our declining health? The answer may surprise you. It's not just about food. The true causes of the rise in diseases are deeply connected to the way we approach food and the way we live our lives. Yes, food plays a critical role in our health, but the reasons we eat, how we eat, and what we eat all tie into deeper, spiritual, and psychological factors. These factors influence not only our physical health but our very destiny. Take the example of John, a man who seemed to have everything: success in his career, a beautiful family, and all the comforts of life. But John was constantly battling with his health. He struggled with weight gain, digestive issues, and chronic fatigue. Despite trying numerous diets and following the latest health trends, nothing seemed to work. John realized that he had been overeating for years, not because he was hungry, but because he was using food to cope with stress, emotional discomfort, and a sense of emptiness. Whenever he faced a difficult situation or felt overwhelmed by life, he would turn to food as a source of comfort. It wasn't the food itself that was causing the illness, it was the emotional and psychological patterns that were driving him to overeat. John's case is an example of how overeating and poor dietary habits are often symptoms of deeper issues. His unhealthy relationship with food wasn't just about the food, it was about the way he used it to fill an emotional void. This is a common pattern that many people experience. We often turn to food for comfort, stress relief, or even as a way to escape from our emotions. Unfortunately, this only leads to further imbalance in the body, contributing to a variety of health issues, from obesity and diabetes to heart disease and chronic inflammation. But why does overeating and indulging in unhealthy food have such a profound impact on our bodies and our lives? The answer lies in the concept of balance. Just as our physical bodies need a balanced intake of nutrients, our lives need balance in every aspect. When we overeat or indulge in unhealthy foods, we are throwing our bodies and our lives out of balance. The Chinese concept of yin and yang is a perfect analogy for this. Yin represents nourishment, rest, and balance, while yang represents activity, heat, and excess. In the context of our bodies, too much and excessive food, overindulgence, and stress can lead to an imbalance, causing disease and illness. On the other hand, too much yin, excessive rest, inactivity, or avoidance can also cause stagnation, leading to its own set of problems. When we eat too much or indulge in unhealthy foods, we are essentially adding to the yang in our bodies, leading to inflammation, digestive issues, and the breakdown of natural bodily functions. Over time, this imbalance accumulates, manifesting as chronic diseases and health problems. This is where overeating and poor dietary choices often led to long-term health issues. It's a gradual build-up of imbalance in the body. Now, let's explore how this imbalance can also affect our overall destiny. It's easy to see how our physical health can be tied to what we eat. But have you ever considered how food and our choices around food might be linked to our spiritual and emotional well-being? Food is not just about sustenance, it's also about nourishment on a deeper level. Our relationship with food reflects our relationship with ourselves and with the world around us. When we use food to cope with stress, loneliness, or anxiety, we are neglecting our emotional and spiritual health. We are trying to fill an inner void with something external, rather than addressing the root cause of our discomfort. Let's look at another story this time, that of Maria, a woman who had spent her whole life focused on external achievements. She worked hard to build a successful career, but when it came to her personal life, she felt empty. Despite having everything she thought she wanted, she was constantly battling with feelings of loneliness and anxiety. Like John, Maria often turned to food as a source of comfort. She would eat when she was stressed or upset, using food to distract herself from her emotions. It wasn't until Maria experienced a major health scare that she realized the deeper connection between her health, her relationship with food, and her emotional well-being. She began to understand that her overeating wasn't just a physical problem, it was a reflection of her inner turmoil. By addressing her emotional and spiritual needs, seeking therapy, practicing mindfulness, and learning to truly nourish herself, Maria was able to break free from her unhealthy relationship with food and regain her health. So, how can we break the cycle of overeating and unhealthy habits? The key lies in cultivating a healthier relationship with food and with ourselves. Rather than using food as a way to cope with emotions or stress, we need to focus on nourishing our bodies in a balanced way, while also addressing the emotional and psychological factors that influence our eating habits. It's also essential to recognize that our bodies are not just machines, they are interconnected with our minds and spirits. When we nurture our bodies with wholesome, balanced food, we are also nurturing our emotional and spiritual well-being. The journey to better health is not just about changing our diet, it's about cultivating balance in all areas of our lives. As we conclude today's video, I want to leave you with this thought. True health is not just about what we eat, it's about how we live. Our relationship with food is a reflection of our relationship with ourselves. And when we make choices that nourish our bodies, minds, and spirits, we can create lasting health and well-being. So, let's start today by focusing on balance, nourishing ourselves in every sense of the word. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this discussion has given you a deeper understanding of the true causes behind disease and the role that food plays in our overall health. If you've experienced similar challenges or have any thoughts on today's topic, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who may benefit from this message. Until next time, may you nourish your body and soul with balance and care.